Hello, Mark Crossfield here. In my hands, Mizuno MP54 irons hitting up against JPX EZ Forged, also from Mizuno. So let's give these two forged irons a look. One with the classic looks, one with a more modern, funky kind of darker tan style. Let's check them out. Let's get stuck in. So we're outside, we've got GC2 HMT on the floor, we've got some real ball data coming at you at the end of this video, also to show you kind of spins and distances with these two irons. I've got two 6 irons, both using C-taper door shafts, both in stiffs. I've got the JPX EZ Forged hitting up against Mizuno MP54. So if we look at the two clubs, obviously we get the very different chrome finish to this kind of gunmetal-y dark finish in the EZ, which JPX range are going for this year. Soles on these clubs almost identical in their thickness. Top lines looking down at them, certainly more club looking down at the ball in the EZ compared to the 54. I mean, the 54, putting it down by the ball, is a very classic blade style appearance from this end, offering this kind of milled pocket cavity at the back to try and give that little bit of forgiveness, where EZ Forged is a finished top line, certainly not the smallest. The MP54 wins on looks all day long, looking down for classicness, but you still get some classic kind of shapes on it, but classic's probably not the right word with this finish and kind of the colorway on it. So look, let's give them a hit and see what numbers we get out of the two clubs. Both of these irons are pretty much identical in their length as I've got them here. I know the lofts on these two clubs aren't quite the same, because JPX EZ range, you definitely get souped up lofts to try and build them into that kind of JPX power branding that Mizuno are doing. So here we go, let's give the EZ Forged a hit to start. Certainly the C-taper shaft going into the head looks very stylish and funky. The dark tanned head also looks interesting. The more I hit this club, the more I'm starting to like it. Let's give it a hit. So I find EZ Forged makes a different sound to what I'm used to a forged iron making. Certainly different looks. It definitely is closer the kind of power iron of EZ than it is, I think, the 54, which we'll compare up to in a minute. Let's give it another hit. Does feel nice off the face. I like the distance this club gives me. Anyone who watches my other videos, you'll see I've compared distances with this and the unforged version of the EZ range, and the distance I get out of them is identical basically. So this is a strong club too, due to strong lofts or what have you. Let's give it one more hit. Does feel nice. It's a good flight, no problem getting that up in the air, and it does make a nice sound. So look, how does that compare up in feels to 54? Now certainly as I put 54 down, I know I've got to be in my head striking the ball much better. If you actually do a study on where I hit the ball on the face, I can use both of these clubs really, certainly in a 5 iron down, because I'm hitting the desired area quite a lot. It's more the kind of mental aspect of looking down at this compared to JPX. JPX is going to be much more for the faint-hearted. This is much more for people who want that classic looking designing club, because the top line of this is gorgeous. Let's give it a hit. And I would all day long say that the 54 feels softer. Now I've done videos, I know that's the sound doing that, but as I hit that, it's a different feel to the EZ, and for lots of people I would say it's a more desirable feel, certainly for that better player, what they're looking for. Let's give this another hit. Flights look almost identical. If anything, 54 looks like it goes up a little higher. I would expect this club to spin a bit more because of the design. It's a bit windy today. Let's give it one more hit. Definitely 54 is the club I want. I'm certainly going to look into maybe getting some cranked loft 54s, because you can strengthen these in custom fittings, which you should be doing for either of these clubs. Get the lofts of these strengthened and make them more similar to the JPX, because I do like the look, I'm going to hit another one, and the feel of this. Let's show you some ball data using real balls rather than our range balls, using GC2 HMT here to show you exactly how they are performing. Looks and feels stakes though, 54. It's just everything Mizuno about, on it. It's just classic, beautiful feeling sounding. This is what they're about. That isn't a takeaway from EZ, because I like it a lot as well. And certainly the bigger head, which I've been using lately, does inspire confidence. So it's about what you want from your game. 54, undoubtedly one of the most desirable clubs out there this year. Let's look at this ball data and see how they really performed. So let's look at the two data sheets for the two irons. We've got the JPX EZ Forged with the MP54 Mizuno iron. So these are me hitting 3 shots of each in a controlled indoor environment using real golf balls. So we've got 82 mile an hour with each, club head speeds almost identical. The ball speeds, that's the ball coming off the face, 119 miles an hour with both, 0.2 of a mile an hour in it. They're coming off the face almost at the same speed, which is interesting, isn't it? You'd think that the JPX Forged with its JPX design might come off the face faster, but where we start to see the bigger difference is we see the biggest difference. So launch angle, launching exactly the same height on average, 17.9 again, which is interesting. One isn't launching higher than the other. Now one is getting higher than the other, and that is the 54. The 54 is peak heighting 1 yard higher than the JPX Forged. Now why is that happening? Look at the spin. If you look at the spin, we're averaging total spin 5.9 to 4.9 with the Forged, so almost 1,000 revs more with the MP54, which then gives it a yard different in its descent angle, so descending steeper with the Forged MP54 over the EZ iron. Now if you look at that in resulting distance in carry, averaging 172 with the EZ Forged, so the JPX EZ Forged, then averaging 167 carry with the 54. The 54s are averaging 5 yards less in carry than the EZ Forged. So going off the face at the same speed, same launch angle, a little bit more spin, going higher with the 54 and descending quicker, where with the JPX EZ Forged, just pushing through the air, less spin, and keeps going forward that little bit further. Now look at total distance, the longest shots with each club. 178 carry with the EZ Forged. So I've got the 166 in there with the EZ Forged JPX iron. That's a slight mishit at the start. If you take that out, the bunching would be relatively similar in yardage if I struck them all identical, or the identical way. But 178, I can get up to 180 with 2 yards worth of forward roll with a 6 iron on the EZ Forged. Now with the 54, the furthest hit I've got is 169, so it's almost 10 yards on the furthest hit. So that extra bit of spin, which in some arguments would give you more control on the green, so a little bit more stop on the green, descending steeper with more spin, where the Forged JPX EZ just pushing through with that little less spin isn't going to maybe get the backspin that I want on the green. And I've noticed that using the cast clubs I've got in the Mizuno JPX 825s. I definitely struggle to spin the ball on the green like I used to, as in get it to stop and spin back. I get it to stop, no problem, I just can't get it to spin back, which isn't always a problem, to be honest. But I've definitely noticed that using the cast clubs, and anyone who's seen my Forged EZ to my EZ regular cast video, you'll see that the numbers are very, very similar between the two. We're talking about feel, sound and looks more than anything else rather than data. So 54 to JPX EZ Forged, not much in those two clubs. Definitely going to get a bit more distance, but you've got to remember that club is cranked up to be slightly stronger in lots of ways, lofts and what have you, in the JPX EZ, so that's understandable. You'll get maybe more distance, but a fraction less control on the green. Arguably, if you're looking for plenty of spin on the green, then definitely MP54 would offer that a bit more. Interesting, guys, out of these two clubs, 54 wins on looks, no problems. EZ is going to work if you want a bit of distance and you want more off-centre hits to perform better. I mean, if you look at my 166 is the weakest shot on the Forged there, that's an off-centre hit. I mean, it's as far as almost all the other shots with the 54, which were pretty centred hits. So you are going to get that user-friendly out of the EZ JPX feel. So out of those two clubs, very interesting numbers. Right guys, interesting numbers there. As you can see, I'm filming this outro on a slightly different day, different outfit, and we are now indoors. The weather unfortunately beat me a bit on the filming. But looking at the numbers of the 54 and the JPX EZ Forged, definitely for distance, a little bit more user-friendly hits, maybe EZ Forged will be your answer if you like those kind of finishes. If you want the classic looks though of the 54, which I can totally understand why, very desirable. There are options in custom fitting to get the loss possibly closer to the EZ Forged if you want that extra distance. So bear that in mind. Really can't choose it between those. Definitely a pro can use EZ Forged up to maybe mid to higher handicappers, where you would want slightly lower handicappers to better players, pros using 54 arguably, just because of the real estate down by the ball and the confidence you're going to get on missed strikes with one over the other. Hope that helps. Post comments down below. Hope you enjoy the numbers to give you a bit more idea of exactly how these clubs are performing, and we'll speak to you all soon. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments, love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show, get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.